The Young and the Restless spoilers Monday, for the 3rd of August 2026. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today is a beautiful Wednesday. The sun is shining, and honestly, my coffee is the only thing keeping me awake right now. We have so much to talk about today, regarding the absolute madness going on in Genoa City, and I am just practically buzzing with all these crazy updates. Let's just jump right into the mess, because we have a massive amount of drama to unpack today. So Mariah is finally facing her past. And honestly, it is about time. But man, it is going to be a rough road for her. Let's be real here for a second. Mariah has been gone for months. Literally months. She has been locked away in this mental health facility, just completely isolated from everyone she loves, grappling with the demons that drove her to kidnap baby Dominic. And I know the fans on social media have been so divided on this whole storyline. Some people think she is a monster for taking the baby, and others, like me, just feel so incredibly sorry for her because she suffered a massive psychological break. She wasn't in her right mind, but she left Tessa. She left baby Aria. She basically just abandoned her entire fund because she felt like she was a danger to them, and she has barely kept in touch with her own mother, Sharon. It is just so heartbreaking to watch someone completely self-destruct like this. At some point, you have to realize that Mariah just wanted to punish herself. She felt so guilty about what she did to Devon and Abby that she decided the best thing for everyone was for her to just disappear. She decided that her wife and her daughter would be better off without her, and that is just the saddest thing in the world. But now, she is trying to come back. She is trying to reintegrate into society and into her family. But how do you just walk back into a life that you completely blew up? Especially when there are people waiting for you who are absolutely not ready to forgive you. And that brings me to Devon. Oh my god, Devon. I swear, this man is just losing his mind lately. He is facing Mariah, and he is just full of so much unhinged rage. He cannot get past what Mariah did. He just can't. And look, I get it. Dominic is his biological son, and having your child taken from you is every parent's worst nightmare. But Devon is taking it to a whole new level. He wants heavier punishment for Mariah. He actually filed a legal petition to have her case reviewed because he wants her in prison for a very long time. He doesn't care that she was sick. He doesn't care that she was suffering from severe postpartum depression and trauma from being a surrogate. He just wants vengeance. And honestly, it is making him look so bad. Because he is Devon, and Devon is always right in his own head. He refuses to see any grey area. It is just black and white for him. But the crazy part is that Devon's absolute inability to forgive Mariah is destroying his own life. His marriage to Abby has hit a terrible turning point. Abby is trying so hard to smooth things over. She is trying to be the peacemaker. The sweet blonde is trying to calm her husband down, but Devon is just snapping at her constantly. He is so consumed by his hatred for Mariah that he is pushing his own wife away. And you guys know what happens in Genoa City when a husband pushes his wife away. She finds comfort somewhere else. And right now, Abby is drifting straight toward Daniel Romalotti Jr. I mean, Daniel is already dealing with his own messy family drama with Phyllis and Christine, but he is right there, ready to be a shoulder for Abby to cry on. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Abby and Daniel end up crossing a line because Devon is just being impossible to live with. So the big question is, can Abby forgive Mariah? If Abby can find it in her heart to forgive her, maybe there is hope. But if Abby sides with Devon and decides that Mariah is unforgivable, then what is left for Mariah? She already thinks she is worthless. She already thinks Tessa and Aria are better off without her. If the people she hurt the most tell her she is a monster, it might just push her right back over the edge. And let's not forget that Tessa is visiting Mariah. But Tessa is also dealing with her own confusing feelings for Daniel. So Mariah's marriage might not even be as solid as she hopes it is. It is just a giant mess, and I am so worried for Mariah's mental health going forward. Now, let's pivot and talk about the Newman family, because things over there are just as chaotic. So Noah is freaking out, and I mean completely losing his cool. Why? Because of Matt Clark. Matt Clark is back. He is out of his electronic ankle monitor, thanks to Phyllis Summers being an absolute idiot. And now Matt is wandering around Genoa City claiming he has amnesia and wants to be a better person. Yeah, right. Who actually believes this is going to end well? Nobody. Literally nobody believes Matt has changed. But for some reason, Matt has decided that Sienna Bacall needs to be a part of his redemption journey. Matt is sniffing around Sienna, trying to convince her that he is a new man. And Sienna, to her credit, is not taking his crap. She literally told him to his face that she almost killed him once, and she won't be clumsy the next time. I cheered when she said that, but Noah is still terrified. Noah caught Matt and Sienna talking calmly at the shadow room, and Noah just lost it. He kicked Matt out, and then got into a massive, screaming fight with Sienna. He accused her of going soft on a psycho, And Sienna fired right back, telling Noah that nobody manipulates her and nobody controls her, not even him. Their relationship is totally fracturing over this. Noah is acting so overprotective and volatile, like a typical Newman man, and it is pushing Sienna away. But here is where it gets really interesting. Sharon is stepping in to support Noah. And honestly, Sharon is the absolute perfect person to advise her son on this. Think about Sharon's history with Matt Clark. It is dark. It is so incredibly dark. Matt's history with the Newman family is just filled with violence and trauma. He assaulted Sharon. He terrorized her. Her connection to the trauma Matt caused is so much deeper than Sienna's, and even deeper than Noah's. Sharon knows exactly what kind of monster Matt really is beneath that smug, fake amnesia smile. So, what is Sharon going to suggest? I think she is going to tell Noah to play it smart. She knows that if Noah keeps flying off the handle and acting crazy, it is only going to drive Sienna right into Matt's manipulative web. Matt wants Noah to look like the unstable one. Matt wants to play the victim. Sharon knows these psychological games because she has survived them. She survived Matt. She survived Martin Laurent holding her hostage in that clinic with Phyllis. Sharon is a survivor, so she is going to tell Noah to pull back, to trust Sienna's strength, and to not let Matt get inside his head. But knowing Noah, he probably won't listen. He is too hot-headed right now. And with Nick in rehab for his drug addiction, Noah feels like he has to be the man of the family and protect everyone. It is a lot of pressure for him. Okay, now we have to talk about the absolute most ridiculous part of the week. Nikki and Victor are renegotiating the terms of their marriage. Again. I swear, these two break up and get back together more times than I change my socks. So Victor actually apologized to Nikki. Let that sink in. The great Victor Newman said the words, "I was wrong." I almost choked on my drink when I saw that scene. They were having breakfast at the GCAC, and Nikki was calling him out for falling into their old, toxic habits. She asked if Jack Abbott was still going to be an obstacle between them. And Victor, in a rare moment of actual vulnerability, said that his love for her is stronger than his hatred for Jack Abbott. Wow. Just wow. So Victor agrees to forgive Jack for saving Nikki's life, or whatever, and he is allowing Nikki to continue seeing her old friend. He is acting like this benevolent, wonderful husband who just wants to start a fresh new chapter, and Nikki is smiling and falling right back into his arms. But wait a minute. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here, because I feel like I am taking crazy pills. Are we just going to forget what Victor did a few weeks ago? When Nikki was suffering from those severe headaches, when she was terrified that her MS was flaring up or that her brain tumor was killing her, when she was going blind, what did Victor do? He played the devoted husband, sure, but he also slipped a medical power of attorney in front of her when she was heavily drugged and panicked. And he tricked her into signing away all of her personal shares in Newman Enterprises into a trust that HE controls. He literally robbed his wife blind while she was actually going blind. And now he is sitting across from her at breakfast, holding her hand, telling her he loves her more than he hates Jack. It is sick. It is so manipulative. Victor is just doing what he always does. He strips Nikki of her independence. He isolates her, and then he plays the hero, so she has to rely on him. And Nikki, poor Nikki. She is so exhausted from the surgery and the fear of not getting her sight back that she is just accepting it. She is letting him pull the strings. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Victor. He did stay by her side during the surgery, but you guys know what I mean. The business stuff is just unforgivable. And to top it all off, to prove that Nikki is his again, Victor is suggesting they have another wedding, a vow renewal, a big party, because of course he is. That is what Victor and Nikki do. Whenever they survive a massive crisis, they throw a huge event to show Genoa City that they are untouchable. They are so good at getting married. They have done it like, what, 4 or 5 times? But staying married? That is the part they always seem to struggle with. Because eventually, Victor's need for absolute control always clashes with Nikki's need to be her own person. And you just know that this whole wedding idea is partly about Jack Abbott. Victor says he accepts Jack being in Nikki's life. But let's be completely honest here. Victor hates Jack. He despises the Abbott family. He is only doing this to mark his territory. He wants to stand up in front of all their friends and family, look Jack right in the eye, and put another ring on Nikki's finger just to say, "She is mine, and you can't have her." It is a power play. It is always a power play with Victor Newman. And Nikki is going along with it because she is just desperate for some stability. Her son Nick is in a rehab facility fighting a severe addiction to fentanyl and cocaine. She is terrified for him. She feels like she failed him because she can't protect him from this. She is dealing with her own health crisis. So if Victor wants to throw a party and pretend everything is perfect, she is going to let him. It is easier than fighting him. But how long is this peace going to last? Especially when Victor is secretly plotting this massive, ruthless revenge against Phyllis and Matt Clark for taking off that ankle monitor. Once Nikki finds out that Victor is still playing his dirty, dangerous games in the background, this whole fresh start is going to blow up in their faces. Honestly, I am exhausted just thinking about all of this. Between Mariah facing the absolute wrath of Devon, Noah trying not to get himself killed by Matt Clark, and Victor gaslighting Nikki into another wedding, Genoa City is just a powder keg right now, and I am here for every single second of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Abby will forgive Mariah? Do you think Sharon can save Noah from himself? And who is invited to this ridiculous Newman vow renewal? I will see you guys in the next update.